What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Sunday edition. It is June 22nd, and we are back with a full video for you. So if you're new to the channel, here's what we do. We're going to go use Outlier.bet, which you can sign up with them down below. We're going to go game by game. We'll look at the batters and the pitchers. We're going to look at batter splits. We're going to look at historical matchups. We're going to look at it all. I had a suggestion in our free Discord, which you can find the link in the description as well, to maybe give like our top 3 bats from each team at each game. So I'm going to try that today. If you guys like something like that, definitely let me know. Maybe it narrows it down a little bit. We do have FTA Plus, so if you guys take this video and you need a little bit more help, it's $10 for a week. That gets you MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA for the week. A monthly pass is $30. A yearly pass, we still have a couple of coupon codes left. If you email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, a Father's Day special, instead of $199 for the yearly pass, you can get it for $75 if you email me right now for today. That's all. Good and plenty. First come, first serve. That is it. So if you are new to the channel, we try to have giveaways every single day. 2 ways to win. Here's how you can win. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. You do all 3 of those, and this video gets a minimum of 50 likes, you will have a chance at a free week of FTA Plus. That is a week of all sports. If this video gets 100 likes, it's a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in the video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Look for it, type it in, and have a second shot at a free week. So we are going to roll from yesterday's video. You got to have the 50 minimum likes by the lineup lock of the main slate. But the winner of the views, over 100 views, Debonair, congratulations. Please email me. You know what to do. Email is down below, or it's dfshelp1@gmail.com. So the keyword from yesterday's video was migraine, so we're still going to re-roll it. We always re-roll it. The first one's for the views. The second one is for the keyword, but you still have a shot to have your name picked yet again. It's as simple as that. So looking at that, there you go. LG 5295, shot 87. I have a, yep. So you win. You had migraine as well. LG, you know the drill. Both of you have won in the past, and I know you guys will continue. Let's have some fun with it, and let's rock and roll. So like I said, we're going to use Outlier. So if you've never used them before, sign up down below. 7-day free trial to their Pro package, which includes the EV Plus, the boosts, the arbitrage, and the middle bets, along with everything else. With this, we really use it to break down the games, and I'll show you what that means. After 7 days, if you guys go with their normal package and you use our link, we're going to give you a free week of FTA Plus on top of what you have. If you go with their 7 days and then go to their Pro package, we're going to give you a free month on top of it. So we're going to talk about something. Some of our favorite BVP plays will be in this. And then at the very bottom, 3 of our favorite stacks that will be there as well. So depending on the length of this video, maybe we will show you what FTA Plus gets you, a membership, at the very end. So follow all of the chapters, and let's rock and roll. So it's a really weird like Sunday slate. We've got 2 early games. Normally we don't have this first game here. It's usually on its own, and then the next ones are back and on the main slate, or the whatever we want to call it, on a Sunday. So get a little cautious there, but we're looking weather-wise, we should be good. It's looking good. You got a 2-game early. You got a 6-game main, which is a very small main slate for a Sunday. And then you got a 5-game afternoon slate, which is just weird, but weather looks to be good. We don't do the Sunday Night Baseball here. That is on its own separate slate, obviously. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to break everything down. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. If you guys could, if you want to support the channel, watching the videos a couple of times a day in their entirety, maybe in the background muted, clicking on the ads that you see, all of this helps out bring money to the channel, which I then invest back in, like a ring light, a brand new 4K camera, a brand new microphone. Everything is put back, a brand new computer to help you guys out. So let's have a great day. It's a Sunday. We're going to show you Outlier. We're going to have a little bit of fun. A weird 2-game slate. So we're going to start with the first one. Well, before we do that, after the video, so I've already ran 10,000 simulations in the background. After the video, or after this portion, we're going to give you all of our batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. We're then going to do our Pitches Be Crazy segment. Then we're going to do our Makin Bacon bets at the end. So, ballpark factors for, there's Citizens Bank Park for Sunday Night Baseball. hot, humid, wind blowing out, 56% chance of home runs. I've never seen it that high before. Wrigley, Seattle at Chicago, same thing. It's the game I wanted to target on Saturday. It worked out for us, 45% chance of home runs. Then we got Yankee Stadium, Baltimore, New York, hot and humid, 31% chance of home runs. Coors Field, 29% chance of home runs. Rogers Center, the White Sox at Toronto, 27% chance of home runs in that game. So, that being said, let's rock and roll for the first few games here. And by that, I mean 2. So, Baltimore, New York, we saw Clark Schmidt no-hit them through 7 innings, and then it was a combined no-hitter until the 8th inning. You got Will Warren, you've got Dean Kramer. So, we're going to look at Will Warren real quick. 4.83 ERA. Splits-wise, he's already faced Baltimore once this year. Only lasted 3.1 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Didn't have his best stuff there. You look at his game log, though, coming off against the Angels game, 3 earned runs, but had 11 Ks. So he is capable of double-digit strikeouts. We've seen it in his last game against the Angels, which they are a bad team, so is Baltimore. I get that. Will Warren kind of scares me a little bit because we did see he faced Baltimore back on April 28th at Baltimore. They lost 4-3. He gave up all 4 of those runs. So the bullpen held it down. He just wasn't able to hold it down himself. That's what scares me a little bit. But it just depends. Adley Rutschman just got put on the IL. Gary Sanchez is there starting. He's really boomer bust type guy, except he broke up the no-hitter on Saturday. You kind of look at that. I do believe Anthony Volpe will be sitting in this game. I heard something. And Sundays are the day of rest for baseball and catchers. So most likely we'll see a couple of backup catchers for some of these teams. So look for that a little bit too. Game log wise, splits wise, he has not faced the Yankees before. In his career, looking at what he's able to do against the Yankees, obviously being division rivals, I guess. 102 plate appearances, so we've seen him a ton. 272 batting average. So not ideally here. 2-game slate though. I'm probably not playing this, but I know some of you are, so we are going to cover this 2-game slate. So the ones I'd look at, if I were to take a pitcher, I think maybe both of them for tournaments I'm okay with. I'd lean a little bit more towards Will Warren, though. Any bats against him? No one's hit a home. Well, one person, Ryan O'Hearn, has hit a home run. The number, probably the bats, like the top 3 bats that I would use would be Gunnar Henderson batting .316 against righties with 7 bombs. Ryan O'Hearn batting .313 with 10 bombs. And then it's kind of up in the air, but if Laureano was in there, 300 batting average with 8 home runs there, I'm definitely looking at those. And then you can see there's a ton with 7 home runs, 6, up over 5 home runs against righties. Yankees bats against Dean Kramer. Austin Wells has a home run. He sat on Saturday. Most likely he plays this game. Aaron Judge has 4 home runs against Dean Kramer. 333 batting average against him. DJ LeMahieu, a 381. LeMahieu should play. Stanton should play. Wells should play. They all sat on Saturday. So if I'm using bats in this one, it's most likely Austin Wells, Aaron Judge. I got to ride the hot hand with Stanton. DJ LeMahieu's in there as well as a cheaper option. It really just depends. Trent Grisham's another one. This just feels like it's harder to just do the top 3, but if I were to do top 3 only, Judge, Stanton, and Austin Wells would be what I'd go with. But I do like the Yankees as a full 5+ stack here for sure. That's what I would look at in this game. And then we go Detroit up to Tampa Bay here. Again, problem is the ballpark, the ball flies out of there. Casey Mize versus Zach Littell. So Mize comes in, pitching on the road. He's got a 382, and this ballpark scares me. This is why I'm not playing the early slate. He's been okay, but his price is over 87. It's 8,700 now. Basically, on DraftKings, you need to have minimum 25 to 30 fantasy points from your pitcher each, and then on FanDuel, you need about 45 to 50. I just do not trust this ballpark. Zach Littell this year has not faced Detroit. Detroit's obviously a good team. Hasn't hit value in a couple games. 3 games since he's hit the 25 mark that I'm looking for. I just don't like it. If I were to look at this game, it's probably just going to be the bats, not the pitching. Any of the bats that have had success against Littell for Detroit, Parker Meadows does have 2 home runs. He's batting 3 for 6. 2 of the 3 hits are home runs. That's it. Against righties this year, Riley Green batting 311 with 16 home runs, probably been my number 1. Number 2, I probably got to go Kerry Carpenter. He's batting 258 with double-digit home runs as well. And I'm just going to go Parker Meadows in this one because, again, he's had success. For whatever reason, in the short amount of time he's seen him, he's seen the ball well 3 out of 6 times, and 2 of the 3 have been home run. Against Casey Mize, no one has a home run. Against righties this year, you can see Jonathan Aranda's batting .335 with 8 bombs. I would look at him. I would look at Brandon Lau batting .294 with 13 home runs. And then I'm probably looking at Junior Caminero batting .276 with 14 home runs against righties this year. But again, Tampa Bay feels like another one of those teams where we could stack. So on top of those 3, you could always look at Chris Morel. You could look at Jake Mangum batting .327. Yandy Diaz batting over 300. Like, they're definitely there. Curtis Mead batting .316. But my top 3 are the ones that we talked about if we're going in that direction. And again, let me know if you guys like the top 3. If that's something you do enjoy, we will continue. Okay, so the 2-game early slate is done. We're now on to the 6-game main slate. We got Texas Rangers versus Pittsburgh Pirates. You got Jack Leiter versus Bailey Falter. Leiter's never faced the Pirates before. Falter, 14 plate appearances, 429, so really hasn't seen him at all either. Now, Leiter comes in, he's got a 4.40 ERA. At home, 4.55, away, 4.23, so he has been better on the road. Doesn't really matter. He hasn't faced Pittsburgh, though. Coming off back-to-back terrible starts. One against Kansas City, gave up 6 earned runs. Minnesota, 4 earned runs. Like, he's in a great matchup, and Pittsburgh would make sense for him. So tournaments, I'm okay with. I wish he were under 7K, though, here on DraftKings. Then you got Falter, 3.49 ERA, has not faced Texas this year. When he pitches at home, he's got a 2.96 ERA. Bad start at Detroit, decent start for his price against Miami. Bad start versus Philly, 18.5 for San Diego. He's been very up and down. Very up and down. Strikeouts are kind of low there. That's the problem. I don't think you trust him. I think if we're looking at this game, we're just looking at the bats to feel comfortable with. Now, it's not the best, but it's honest work that we're going to do. To just kind of see, obviously, Pirates have never faced Jack Leiter before, like we said. So any bats that jump out to me here, top 3, probably going to look at O'Neal Cruz. Probably going to look at IKF if he gets in there. Probably not a ton. Like, again, there's not a ton. Andrew McCutchen feels like he's going to hit a home run today on a Sunday. I don't know why. Texas bats against Falter, like Josh Young has a home run. That is it. Against lefties, they really don't hit very well. If I am looking at one, I'd look at Jonah Heim. I don't know if he'll start, but I do like him. Josh Young. And then Sam Haggerty. Sam Haggerty, if he gets on base, can steal base. He's got some speed on him. If Haggerty's not starting, but Langford's starting, I do like Langford as well for my top 3 bats there. And again, so we're going to go top 3 bats from each team. But if you want to see even more, under the MLB tab, we got the matchup tool. We got the projections for both Fanduel and DraftKings. We got simulations, batter splits, stolen bases. We've got everything for $10 for every sport. So MLB and NASCAR today. PGA on Thursdays, MMA on Saturdays. Once NBA starts back up, NBA. Once NFL is here, NFL as well. So at any given time, you're going to have enough, especially if you're doing this Father's Day special, instead of $199 for $75. It is a steal. Ask anyone down below. You can always go to our free Discord and ask there as well. Now, don't feel like you have to use players from each team, each game. You do not have to do that. So Adrian Hauser, is he out? Okay, so he's paternity, but he should be back for this game. 1 to 3 games, and that was on the 19th, and this should be his game here. So they do have him expected to start. He's got 33 plate appearances against Blue Jays, 290 batting average, and then you got Chris Bassett in his career, 49 plate appearances with a 217 batting average. Hauser has not faced Toronto this year. When Hauser pitches on the road, he does have a 3.12 ERA compared to the 2 starts at home, 0.75. So not a ton to look at. Then Bassett, 3.75 ERA on the year. Home games, 2.74. 4 home runs, 14 runs, earned runs given up compared to 22 on the road. So he has been better at home. Coming off 2 bad stinkers, one against Arizona, one at St. Louis. So I don't know if I want either of these. I might just be looking at the bats, and that's what we're going to do here too. So, White Sox bats against Bassett. Luis Robert and Benintendi both have home runs. That is it. Against righties this year, you've got again, it's the White Sox. I don't love a ton, but if you want 3 from each team, we'll try that. Benintendi's probably 1. 2 is probably Meadroth. And 3 is probably Luis Robert, even though he's only batting 169. He does have a home run against Bassett. I don't know if I'll be using any White Sox. Then Toronto bats will be going up against Adrian Hauser, or should be. I would be looking at Vladdy. I would be looking at Bo Bichette, both homered yesterday. And I'm probably looking at George Springer, who's batting 241 with 10 bombs on the year. That's what I would look at there. I'm personally probably avoiding this game. The pitching for sure. I'm not using the pitching. I'm probably not using the White Sox either. Atlanta at Miami is next. You got Bryce Elder versus Sandy Alcantara. Elder, 29 plate appearance, 286 batting average against Miami Marlins. Alcantara in his career has been great. 190 batting average, 265 batting average. 190 plate appearances, 265 batting average. And he's gotten 25.3 K percentage to an 8.4 walk percentage. So those numbers are great. Okay, let's dig into the numbers here. Elder comes in 4.45 ERA. When he pitches on the road, he's got a 4.50 ERA, 15 earned runs, 8 home runs on the road. Not good. Alcantara, 6.88 ERA. Has not faced Atlanta this year. Pitching at home, he's got a 5.10 ERA, which is better than his 9.82 on the road. Against Philly, he held his own. 2 earned runs, only went 5 innings, 5 Ks. That's great. Had a fantastic game against Pittsburgh. You're supposed to have a fantastic game against Pittsburgh. Atlanta's team overall this year, not good. Alcantara's been worse, though. Tournament-wise, I think both pitchers may be tournaments. I don't trust them in cash at all. There's no way. So we'll look at the bats. The top 3 bats from each team. Atlanta bats against Alcantara. Ozzie Albies has 2 home runs. Michael Harris has a home run. And Acuna has a home run. Those are probably the ones I'm looking at. Acuna batting 437 against righties with 7 bombs. Hasn't even been back that long. Michael Harris, 233 batting average with 5 home runs. Hits righties better than lefties. And then, Albies, he's only batting 217, 6 home runs. That's kind of what I'm looking at. That's probably it. Miami bats against Elder. Like, Jesus Sanchez has a home run. That's it. I'm probably using Jesus Sanchez this year. 266 batting average, 6 home runs. You've got Xavier Edwards batting 321. And then I would take Agustin Ramirez, who's only batting 235, but those would be my top favorite bats at the Marlins with the Braves. So the next game we've got Milwaukee at Minnesota. Look at that game again. Weather should be good to go here today. You've got Quinn Priester versus David Festa. So neither pitcher has faced the other pitcher or the other team at all this year. You look at splits wise, when Priester is on the road here, he is a 325. So he's been better on the road. That's 5 games started. He has given up 13 earned runs. Same amount of earned runs, same amount of home runs in on the road and at home. Game log wise, decent. I mean, his price has gone up from 6,800 to 7,700. So not my favorite. I wish it was lower. That would make a lot of things easier here. Tournaments, I'm okay with him. Okay. Cash, I do not trust. And then David Festa, never having faced the team before, splits wise. Home games for Festa, 190 ERA. He's just better at home. 4 starts, 2 on the road at 12.27. So small sample size, but he has been better on the road. Milwaukee's one of those teams where they could hit. Sometimes they just don't show up to hit. Not really sure why. I don't know what the deal is with them, but we'll look at bats on both sides just in case. So Milwaukee bats against Festa. No one's seen him, obviously. If I'm taking bats today, Christian Yelich batting 266 with double-digit home runs against righties for sure. He's my number 1. My number 2 is probably William Contreras. I don't know if he starts. Again, Sundays are the day of rest for catchers, so that's definitely something to monitor. 259 batting average with 6 home runs there. Another one I think might be sneaky today, a first baseman, Rhys Hoskins, 244 batting average with 7 home runs and 24 RBIs. Those are the 3 I would look at Milwaukee-wise. Minnesota-wise, depending on who starts, I would be looking at Ty France, 279 batting average, 3 home runs. A cheap option would be Cody Clemens, batting 223 with 7 bombs. And then if Trevor Larnach is in there, batting 274 with 9 home runs, I would look at him. He didn't play on Saturday. I don't know if he's hurt, so that's definitely something to monitor. But those would be the bats that I'd use on both sides of that ball. Cincy at St. Louis is next. Andrew Abbott versus Miles Mikolas. Abbott, 89 plate appearances, 218 batting average. And then Mikolas, 117 plate appearances, 306 batting average. I wouldn't use Mikolas or Michaelis, however you say his name. Andrew Abbott has already faced St. Louis once this year. Only went 4 innings. Only gave up 1 run, not earned. 4 walks, 3 Ks. 10.8 was not enough. I'm guessing his pitch count was up there. It was 74 in 4. I mean, it was up there. So you could look at him for tournaments, maybe. And then we look at Miles, 4.36 ERA. He's faced Cincy once this year, went 5.1 innings. He's got the dub. No earned runs, only 4 Ks. Still got 21.6. And that he's only 6,500, so it is intriguing. We look at him. I don't know the price for him, which is dumb. I think I like. I think I do like both for tournaments. I don't think I trust them in cash. Tournaments are fine though. Again, it's a Sunday. It's a weird too early. Like usually it's like no early. The main one starts at noon and then like a 3-game afternoon slate. So like it's been a really weird weekend for like start times, I feel. If we aren't taking either pitcher and we want to look like Gavin Lux has a home run, TJ Friedel has a home run. You've got Spencer Steer and Will Benson all have home runs against him. But then let's dig it down a little bit and see who we like. So TJ Friedel batting 313 with 6 bombs. I'm okay with him. Number 2 would be Gavin Lux, 292 batting average, 3 home runs. And then Ellie, 296 with 13 bombs. So if you need a couple more, if you're doing a catcher, if Stevenson is out, Trevino is in, batting 340, in a great spot there. There's just a lot to like here. I think I'd rather look at Cincinnati bats, but if we are looking at St. Louis bats, or St. Louis bats against Abbott, Wilson Contreras has a home run. Nolan Arenado has 2. I believe Nolan had 1 on Saturday. Nolan Gorman has 1 against him. So they've seen him. They've hit him a little bit. Against lefties, though, this year, I'm pretty sure we've always taken Arenado against lefties, like Arenado here. Wilson Contreras, had 270 with 3 bombs. And then if Pages or Pollo, I don't know how you say his last name, if he is in there, I would take him. If he is out, Pedro Pages for my catcher would be my next option for the top 3 bats for St. Louis. I give the slight edge right now to Cincinnati. I do know Miles did beat them last time. That was in Cincy, though, so it's something to look at. And then you got the Cubs, Seattle at the Cubs. You got Logan Gilbert versus Colin Ray. With the wind blowing out, I know that Gilbert's been 255 batting ERA there. Has not faced the Cubs this year. You look at him on the road. He's got 1 start on the road, so there's not much data to go off of. But the way the wind is going, I kind of see this being the same type of game we saw on Saturday. And then Colin Ray comes in. Really hasn't hit value. When he pitches at home with 357, I would rather just stack the game batting-wise. I'm not even going to think about those pitchers. They could go off, and I could be absolutely wrong. I'm not going that direction. So Seattle, Colin Ray, no one's hit a home run against him. If I'm taking Seattle bats, though, Polanco's been stuck on 10 for a while. It's kind of struggling. I'm probably looking at Cal Raleigh. Had a home run taken back late in that Cubs game on Saturday. I would still take him. He's got 30. Does he have 30? Or did they take it away? I can't remember. I don't think they counted it. I would still take Cal Raleigh. I would take J.P. Crawford. And it's kind of difficult to think about. I might look at Randy Arozarena. I know he's only batting 201 with 6 bombs against righties. It's that feeling. Got to go with your gut. And then Cubs bats against Logan Gilbert. Kyle Tucker has a home run. That's it. Against righties this year, Pete Crow Armstrong had a home run on Saturday. I'm looking for him to go deep again. 304 batting average, 15 bombs. Michael Bush batting 286 with 11 bombs, and probably Carson Kelly batting 240 with 8 bombs. Now, I fully expect Carson Kelly to start, but it could be Reese McGuire. We don't know. So if it is Reese, then and Carson's out, I would probably pivot over to Dansby, who's got double-digit home runs against righties. So that's your main slate done. Your 5-game main slate, or your 6-game main slate. Now we got a 5-game afternoon slate. A really, really weird slate. So this is a minor league ballpark. We know this. The ball flies out of there a ton. So we've got Cleveland visiting Sacramento. We've got... So this is the thing. This is what's funny. Because we have those games we just talked about. Then we have the Diamondbacks at the Rockies. The Rockies are never in a Sunday main slate if they're at home. And it's the same thing again. They've completely skipped them. So we got Slade Ciccone versus JP Sears. Ciccone, 15.1 fantasy points per game, 7,700. When he pitches on the road, does have a 3.43 ERA, but this ballpark is not for the faint of heart. It's got a 4.15 ERA. Game log, pretty decent start against San Francisco. Obviously, we didn't hit the 25 we needed. Cincinnati, 22.3, and then some bad games in between there. Yankees, 8.5, Angels, minus 0.3. So not the best, okay? I completely get that. I see that. JP Sears, on the other hand, got a 5.45 ERA, pitches at home, got a 6.92 ERA. Cleveland can hit. Game log wise, coming off negative fantasy points against Houston. Great game against the Angels. So you're supposed to against the Angels. Baltimore, nothing. Toronto, nothing. Houston, absolutely nothing. I don't trust them. I'd rather focus on the bats. Probably both sides because of this ballpark. But yeah, so we'll look at those bats now. So looking Cleveland against Sears. Arias is the only one with the home run. Basically, that's it. They obviously haven't seen much, but this ballpark, it's very run heavy. Against lefties this year, like J-Ram batting 387 with 2 bombs. I want to get him in there, especially in this ballpark. Angel Martinez, I believe, is a switch hitter, batting 300 against against lefties. And then if we're looking for another one, it's in between Manzardo and Arias. Arias does have that 1 home run, so he's got a little bit of a leg up on him. So it's probably between those two if I'm building. Then Sacramento against Ciccone. No one's done anything against him. But we look against righties this year. Nick Kurtz batting 282 with 9 bombs. I would look at him. I would look at Lawrence Butler batting 281 with 8 bombs. And then I'm probably looking... Could be Austin Wynns. He could be a very cheap option that no one's on. Batting 341 with 4 bombs. Or it'd be Tyler Soderstrom batting 265 with 13 bombs. So to reiterate this game, I don't really like the pitching. I'd rather go bats. I think I do like Cleveland just a little bit more. Boston at San Francisco. Why was I going to say Ray Rice? Robbie Ray versus Lucas Giolito. So Robbie Ray is my favorite pitcher for today. In his career against the Red Sox, 52 plate appearances, 268. Boston also strikes out 3 times, or the third most out of any team. So it's definitely one to look at there. You look at Robbie Ray, splits-wise, he's not faced Boston this year. At home, 2.29 ERA. He's just better at home. It's a massive ballpark. He actually has 2 bad games in a row. 1 versus Cleveland, 1 at Colorado. So when they pitch at Colorado, I don't hold that against him as much. But he still has a 2.68 ERA for the year. He had like 3, 4, 5. Like he had a great run before he had these 2 little stinkers here. They did bump his price up $900 for facing Boston because they're not as good. So I do like Robbie Ray. Then you got Giolito, 4.53 ERA. Away games as of a 154 for whatever reason. He's really good on the road this year. Coming off a great start at Seattle, had 10 Ks in that one. 21.9 against Tampa Bay. Bad against the Angels. So obviously he has not faced San Francisco this year. This is a massive ballpark. I like both of these pitchers. I do like Robbie Ray, and I'll take some Giolito. So right now, we're not even going to look at the bats in this one. If you want to see them, you can look at Outlier. You can look at our projections and simulations in the morning. They're usually completed by about 8 a.m. 8:30 Central, give or take. So that's what I would look at there. Robbie Ray for both cash and tournaments, I'm great with. Lucas Giolito, at 83. I wish he was a little cheaper because he is only averaging 12.4. I think with his price and what he's averaging, I'm probably only using him in tournaments. I just can't justify that price for the low production overall. So Houston at LA is the next one. You got Ryan Gusto versus Kyle Hendricks. Gusto, 14 plate appearance, so basically one start, bat 385 against the Angels. And then Hendricks, 54 plate appearance, 271. So we look at Gusto. He's already faced him once this year, went 4 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. So did pretty decent. What was he up? Was he just up in pitch count? It was 72. I don't know. Gave up 3 of the 4 runs. They lost that game 4-1. The Angels have actually, they swept the Dodgers and they took 3 of 4 from the Yankees. They're just beating good teams right now. It just makes no sense. Their starting 5 pitchers have been the same 5 pitchers all year, which is pretty wild of a stat right now for the Angels. So you got Hendricks, who does come in, 4.79 ERA, faced the Houston once, 4 innings, 5 earned runs. That's kind of what I expect. Now, I don't expect a 32-burger against the Yankees. I don't feel that at all. They won 4-0, went 6 innings, 9 Ks. I don't see that happening. I don't want that. It will not happen. The game we're probably used to is basically what he did against Houston. Fully expect something like that. 4 innings, 5 earned runs, 1 K. I could see 3 Ks. I do not trust Kyle Hendricks. I would take Gusto a little bit for tournaments, but I think I'd rather just get in here and look at these bats. I think that would make me a little bit more comfortable than these pitchers. Like, for as many pitchers and games that there are today, there's not a ton of great pitching options. Kind of annoying. Like right now through 10,000 sales. So Houston bats that have had success against Hendricks, like Caratini with 1 home run, Paredes with 1 home run. That's it. Against right-handed pitching, overall, Paredes would be probably my number 1. I would look at him. I would look at Altuve, my number 2. It's kind of a toss-up between Pena and Walker. I think I like both. This would be one where I can't just decide 3. I'd go like at least 5. So Paredes, Altuve, Christian Walker, Jeremy Pena. And if it depends, if Yainer Diaz is in there, I don't mind him as your catcher for today. Astros bats here against Gusto. Shanuel has a home run. Lamont Wade has a home run. That is it. Against righties this year, you can see they're doing pretty damn well. Zach Neto, 280 batting average, 7 home runs. Shanuel batting 281 with 4 home runs. And I'm probably looking at Mike Trout. Taylor Ward makes another one. I think that's another one. I can't just pick 5 or 3. I think it's going to be Neto. It's going to be Shanuel. It's going to be Adele, Trout, and Ward for me for the Angels, if I were to take that stack there. Then we got Kansas City at San Diego. Seth Lugo versus Randy Vasquez. Lugo's 46 plate appearances, 195 batting average. Randy Vasquez, 24 plate appearances, 348. We have stacked against Vasquez in almost every single start. When he pitches at home, does it at 325, so obviously it's better, but he's only averaging 10.7. We stacked the Dodgers against him, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs. I believe when we stacked him, two of the guys we picked were the ones with home runs. But he has not hit value in so long. And by value, I mean 20 plus, and that was back on May 14th. And he's only hit that one time. Kansas City, I know their offense has been a little bit lackluster. I'd still rather go with them than Randy Vasquez. Lugo, 3.05 ERA. Coming off a great game against Texas, middle of the road the rest of the way. Splits-wise, when he's on the road, he's got a 356, but this is a pitcher's ballpark. We can always use that to our advantage. So if we were to look at the games or the batters, let's take a look. So we've got Kansas City bats against Vasquez. Pascatino's 1. Got 1 home run. That is it. Against righties this year, I'd go Pascatino batting 298 with 10 bombs. I'm probably going Bobby Witt with 10 bombs, batting 271. And my third, Michael Garcia batting 322 with 5 home runs, will be my top 3 there. San Diego against Lugo. Tyler Wade has a home run, but I would not use him. 3 bats here. Machado batting 321 with 5 home runs. Tatis, well, is Tatis out? Is his wrist broken? Did he play? He's good? if Tatis is good, then we are good. So yeah, Machado, Tatis, Jackson Merrill, not Jackson Merrill, Gavin Sheets. I would look at those three. And obviously, if you want a couple more, Luis Ariz, who gets on base all the time. Maybe Cronenworth. Is Merrill back? Merrill is back, right? No, he's on the IL. That's what I thought. So yeah, I would use those. But yeah, I do like San Diego as a stack here a little bit. I also like Kansas City against Randy Vasquez. It's just worked out for us almost every single game that we've stacked against him. Then the final game we're going to talk about, Washington at the Dodgers. You do have we've got Michael Soroka versus Shohei Ohtani. They think, well, yeah. So Ohtani is going to be the starter for 1 inning. So you're not going to use him, okay? It's going to be 1 inning. So we're not doing that. Kasperius is going to be the long relief. We don't know how long that's going to be. We have no idea. He's not done anything with what he's pitched. So I wouldn't use him. I wouldn't use Ohtani. You got Soroka going against the Dodgers. In his career, 50 plate appearances, 205 batting average. 20K percentage, only a 10 walk rate. Splits-wise, when Soroka is on the road, he's got a 6.12 ERA, and he's facing the Dodgers. I would probably throw Soroka in tournaments because I don't think very many people are going to be on it. Okay? That's the only reason. So we look at right-handed pitching. It's not Shohei. It's going to be Kasperius. They're both righties, though, so you could look at that. So against right-handed pitching this year, if I were to take 3 bats for the Washington, Nate Lowe's my 1, James Wood is my number 2, and probably CJ Abrams is my number 3. Dodgers 3 against Soroka. No one has a home run. Against righties, though, Freeman batting .350 with 7 bombs I would use. Andy Pages would be a cheap option because everyone else is going to be on Ohtani or everyone else is going to be on Mookie Betts. I'd go Pages batting .296 with 12 home runs. And then Muncy, .278 with 9 bombs. I want to see Ohtani, but when he pitches, usually, it's when he pitches longer, though. So you could use Ohtani, but when he pitches like a full game or 6 innings or just an actual starter amount of pitches, his offense struggles. So I wonder how long they're going to have him as just the opener, which is kind of dumb. I hate it. I hate openers. If you guys have been with us since last year or the year before, you know that I absolutely hate them. So there you go. Those are the 3 slates done. The 2 early, the 6 main, the 5 afternoon, or vice versa. It's a really weird Sunday slate. But now we're going to give you all of the batters that we think have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Number 1 is Ohtani because he's only pitching probably 1 inning, so it shouldn't affect his offense here. Got him number 1. Number 2, I've got Corbin Carroll. Number 3, I've got Eugenio Suarez. Number 4, I've got Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. Number 5, Ketel Marte. 6, J.P. Crawford. 7, Julio Rodriguez. 8, Geraldo Perdomo. 9, Brenton Doyle. 10, O'Neal Cruz. 11, Josh Naylor. 12 is Tyler Freeman. 13 is Bobby Witt Jr. 14, Juan Soto. 15, Luke Raley. 16, Pavin Smith. 17, Brent Rooker. 18, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 19, Vladdy. 20, Alec Thomas. 21, Mookie Betts. 22, Jose Ramirez. 23, Michael Garcia. 24, Corey Seager. 25, Jose Herrera for a value option at catcher. So we got 25 today. The record is 38. We have not broken it, and it's been over a month since we had a record. Now, these are through 10,000 simulations. So about 2 hours before main slates lock, that is when we'll update the simulation, the projections, the matchup tool. We'll update everything. So everything we talk about today is through 10,000 sims. We do 20,000 total a day. So today's keyword is pistachio or pistachio. So looking at pitches be crazy. These are the pitchers that I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but they are facing the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most. Brandon Pfaadt at Colorado. Colorado, they strike out the most. Again, you can't play this in DFS, at least on DraftKings. It's probably more so for tournaments or for sports betting. But Rockies strike out 9.79 times per game, 9.37 at home. Number 2 is Ryan Gusto at the Angels. Angels strike out 9.75 times per game, 10.03 at home. Number 3 is Robbie Ray versus Boston. Boston strikes out 9.27 times per game, 10.21 on the road. Number 4 is Colin Ray versus Seattle. Seattle strikes out 8.92 times per game, 8.86 on the road. And finally, number 5 is Will Warren versus the Orioles. The Orioles strike out 8.85 times per game. They strike out 8.93 times on the road. So again, Brandon Pfaadt, Ryan Gusto, Robbie Ray, Colin Ray, and Will Warren. So now we're going to do our Makin Bacon bets. The game between the Diamondbacks and the Rockies, per usual, it's hot and humid there. Expected to have a ton of runs. Can't play it in DFS, but sports betting, these are some ones I would look at. So you could look at these for, sometimes people take over under 1.5 or bases. I usually go over like 2+ bases. You could use some of these for like 1 or 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. You can use those. You could maybe even, if they've got a good matchup and the weather's doing good, look for home runs and bet these as home run picks. So like yesterday, I bet Cal Raleigh for a home run pick. Hit it. I loved PCA. I told you guys this. Got it. So if we're looking at all of these batters, I wouldn't parlay all of them together, but you can parlay some of them together. So number 1, Eugenio Suarez. Number 2 is Ohtani. 3 is Corbin Carroll. 4 is Ketel Marte. 5 is Josh Naylor. 6, Cal Raleigh. 7, JP Crawford. 8, Aaron Judge. 9, we've got Vladdy. And number 10, we've got Tyler Soderstrom versus Slade Ciccone. So again, there's 10 of them. Don't feel the need to have to parlay all of them together. Don't do it. Just don't do it. But my favorite is probably Eugenio Suarez for 2+ bases. Would not surprise me if he hits a home run either. And then strikeout wise, just kind of looking at, so what are these? We're looking at pitchers and kind of what we would target for strikeouts. So the number we're looking for strikeouts. So Robbie Ray, if you can find a line for 7 or 8+ strikeouts, I do like that. Will Warren for 7+ strikeouts, I like that. Jesus Luzardo against the Mets on Sunday Night Baseball, 6+ strikeouts. Chris Bassett versus the White Sox, 5 or 6+ strikeouts. I'm more comfortable with 5 than 6. Lucas Giolito versus the Giants, I'd look for 4, maybe tease it up to 5. And finally, if I'm looking for another one, you want to get a little crazy, Sandy Alcantara for 5+ strikeouts against the Braves. Their offense just hasn't been good, but that is a little sketchy because obviously Alcantara has been pretty terrible this year. So there you have it. That is today's breakdown. We looked at in every game. We looked at the pitchers, the batters, the top 3 to top 5 that we like at each game. We looked at pitches be crazy. We've looked at it all. So again, I'm going to show you what FTA Plus is all about from Saturday's version. So we'll look at it, we'll have a feel for it, and you guys can kind of see. So we are done with the video portion if you guys are trying to learn. Rewatching this a couple times, obviously that helps me out more than you guys understand. But let's look at it. So just MLB, you look at Vegas odds, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just showing you the Vegas odds, what the line is, the favorite, and you can export it if you want. So, and it does automatically filter. It's built into the page to automatically filter implied run total. So the team that's supposed or they think is going to score the most amount of runs, it is there. So another one, we're going to do the matchup tool. Now, with this matchup tool, these are all the ones we talked about, 10 out of 10 matchup rating, and it does the same thing. It filters by the rating. So 10 out of 10 is obviously best, minus 10 out of 10 is obviously the worst. So you go through all the way down. Again, you can print it off. Does anyone print anything anymore? Not print a PDF, but like print. Like I have a printer, but it's out in the garage. Excel, CSV, and you can copy it to whatever you want and then paste it into your own. So it's very helpful. If you guys are interested, we do have that built in there. We got our projections. So obviously these are projections from Saturday, but I wanted to show you guys as well. So kind of just looking at this, once it loads, there's a ton of information on it. Again, you can print Excel, CSV, or copy. A lot of people, they end up taking the CSV and then they copy it into one of the algorithms that they're in. Just depends. So you can kind of see it goes all the way down. You go all the way, you can check them all out. It goes by that. So this is DraftKings. Fanduel is obviously the same thing. So we got DraftKings Sims. Fanduel Sims are the same thing as well. Just on that site. The difference is obviously the scoring's a little bit different between the two sites, and then obviously the pricing's different between them. But it's kind of the same thing. It filters by ownership. So again, you want to play cash, you want to take the higher owned guys. You want to play tournaments, kind of want to go through, find the pitchers that are in low spots, in that feeling area. And that's how we kind of build some of what we're looking for pitching wise. So you go through and just look at what the ownership percentages you do believe are. Obviously, you can edit these. You can pull them, edit it, and re-upload it. The problem is it just doesn't fit on the page all the way because there's so many data points here that I would still, I would Excel it and put it out there so you guys can read it. That's what I do. Just the margins of the website are only so big, and there's a horizontal scroll, but it might be easier to print it off because you can make it a little bit smaller there. BVP matchups is exactly what it sounds like. Some people swear by MLB BVP, some people don't. I completely get it. It just depends. So it filters by the most amount of hits against a team or against the pitcher, and you can look through and do that as well. Left-handed, right-handed splits, it's the same thing. It is on outlier game by game, but this will put everything out there, all of them, so you can filter by team. You then can look at everybody. So you kind of see this and plate appearances for the year and go through and check out the stats that you're looking for. Stolen base targets is exactly what it sounds like. It shows the batter that has a chance for stolen base, the pitcher they're going against. A great tool for you if you're looking for something like that. And it goes back from 2019 to 2025, updated every single morning. Elly De La Cruz has 88 stolen bases in his career, 80% steal rate, going up against Sonny Gray. And then it shows you Sonny Gray's given 27 stolen bases, 556 OBP with 1 stolen base in his career against the person he's going against. So the next one we're looking at, through the stolen base targets, we'll look at our cheat sheet. Now, our cheat sheet cannot be built into the page. There's so many tabs, so many data points, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about through here. So it is in Excel. So what I tell everybody is scroll down to the bottom, open it up right here, and it'll be in full screen for you. Hopefully you do have some sort of Microsoft Office online. I don't know if you have to have it to be able to see it. You could probably just open it up here. You can see our pitchers that we like, for cash, all the players, for tournaments, all the players, the teams to stack, the percentage of ownership of stacks, the pitcher they're going against. So I loved PCA. I loved Kyle Tucker. Both had home runs. On the flip side, Cal Raleigh had a home run, or he had 2 home runs. One was called back, I think. In great spots there. Judge did let us down. Stanton didn't play. Grisham led the game off with a home run, I believe. Goldie didn't play either. So obviously, some will play, some won't, but there you go. So we have our ownerships between Fanduel and DraftKings. Again, if you're playing cash, you can filter however you want. Weather, just to kind of give you guys an idea, if there's a weather concern or if a team or game higher the humidity, obviously the better for the hitter. The ball flies out of there quite a bit more. Lineup, these are example lineups through first looks. You're not buying FTA Plus just for lineups. If you want that, go get scammed by somebody else. But these are great starting points to show you what is expected or what you could expect, but definitely make some changes. DraftKings main, and then boomstick shots. This is when we're looking for home runs. So, like I said, last year's results, I had a total of 111. Right here, I'm already up to 104 with Raleigh and PCA on Saturday. So we're already bumping up the number here. We're going to absolutely murder. We're not even halfway through the year. So very excited about what we'll be able to bring to the table for you. So there's the cheat sheet. Again, we have for other sports too. Ballpark factors. It just shows you what the ballparks have done, the numbers, the ranks, and you can see that it's built in. But if you want to just look at like the park factor, obviously Coors has a ton of runs, has a ton of everything going on. All of that's there for you if you're trying to look at that. We then have MLB. We were at the ballpark. Oh, we missed the chalk. So the chalk is, if you're playing cash, you want to play the chalk. So it's got the ownership, it's got everything else. Both FanDuel and DraftKings, it's not built in. You can see pitchers for the day. You go through here and update it. It'll be changed. You can go through and see the differences, the players that are owned, the projections for whatever website, and then the other tab here is for FanDuel as well. Then you got the umpire factors is probably going away. No one really uses it really at all. And then team bullpen stats. Obviously, if you see like there's going to be an opener for a team, you know there's going to be bullpen day for X amount of teams. You can go in to look at the bullpen and see which one's been worse. So if you want to just filter it, the worst is Athletics, especially in that ballpark. Like I said, the ball flies out of there, followed by Washington, Arizona, the Angels, so on and so forth. You can filter by that. And the final MLB one is prop bets. So people have been asking me about prop bets. We already talk about them for the most part, majority of the time with our Makin Bacon here. But you can see we go through, we have different bets for each year, each each team, sport, or whatever we're doing. We've got bets for you. A lot of green. We're not going to be right all the time. No one is. These were for Saturday. So we got a ton of stuff going on for you. And this is all for $10. And this is just one sport. You still got NASCAR going. So you get MLB, you get NASCAR for $10. Cheat sheet, Bacon Station. You've got NBA when it comes back, NFL when it comes back. I'm probably be moving some stuff for NFL, adding some more. We're always asking for suggestions. So if you got suggestions, hit us up, email, or in our free Discord. PGA, we got simulations. We got our Bacon Station. We also have our cheat sheets. Then we got MMA, simulations, and our cheat sheet. I'll just show you the cheat sheet so you kind of know what to expect on a Saturday. But yeah, so with like MMA, we got our cheat sheet. We got the matchup, the fighter, the DK, FanDuel salaries, the win odds, the inside the distant odds, meaning if they think it's going to be a knockout, not go all 3 or 5, 7 rounds, 5 rounds, 3 or 5 rounds, 5 rounds. I don't know. I think it's 5. But then you've got same thing over here. And then we've got who we like or who we think are going to win. Obviously, anything can happen with MMA. Then you got FanDuel lineup, a suggested lineup. Obviously, a starting point. DraftKings, same thing. And then MMA simulations is the other thing we finally got. You guys have been asking for it. DraftKings, FanDuel with MVP. So this is DraftKings. This is FanDuel. So like you see the projections here, like 93.9. But then if you bump that into the MVP, you see it bumps up to 140. So differences, trying to make you guys better DFS players, sports bettors, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you guys learned something. This is not built in because it's got multiple tabs. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way to build that with WordPress with multiple different tabs. So that is what I've got for you in this video. It's a longer video for Sunday. It's almost an hour. If you guys could watch this a couple of times, if you guys could also then go ahead, maybe put it on mute, watch it in the background, click on the ads. All of that helps out the channel. But yeah, so Father's Day special still going on. All you got to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Let's have a fantastic Sunday, whether or not you're playing DFS or sports betting or just relaxing or just being a dad. Good luck to everybody. Go check everything else out. Father's Day special still on the table. Bring home some bacon. Peace.